Welcome back to the Manifest You podcast. This is where we talk all things manifestation, but from a psychology-based perspective, and also how to use a vision diary as the main tool that you can use to help you shift and focus your mindset. And today I want to talk about something that I see a lot, because the vision diary that we talked about last week actually was something that came from the idea of a vision board, the idea of scripting, the idea of affirmations, and all of these things that we're told to do so that we can manifest. And it was put into one powerful tool. I developed it using, once again, psychology-based methodology and what we need to manifest or create our own world, using our minds to design our reality in the way that we want, because our minds are directly responsible for what we're experiencing in the world, our day-to-day lives. Our minds are extremely connected to that. And today I want to talk about something that happens not only in the vision board world, but also in the manifesting world, where you take these areas of your life and you dictate what you're trying to manifest or what you're trying to do based on those areas. Like, what's the affirmation that I'm going to say for money? What's the affirmation I'm going to say for relationships? What's the affirmation that I'm going to say for, my career, and on, right? All these areas of my life, my fitness, my wealth. And we make up all of these different categories. The problem with that is now we are isolating areas of our lives, and we are not isolated to those things. The areas of our lives are interconnected and intertwined. And so when we go on this journey to change our mindset and to update our beliefs and to do all of the things, a lot of times it can seem overwhelming. It can seem like it's a hell of a lot of work. It can be discouraging. It can feel like you're going up a freaking mountain, but you're never going to get to the top because it's just too much. When people make vision boards in December and January, and I get it, y'all are probably like, why are you even talking about a vision board? That's a New Year thing. And it's really not, but we won't get into that today. It's not, but I understand that's where our minds stay a lot, because that's how we were trained to look at our lives, right? In a little small yearly lens, and you have from January 1 to December 31st to get these things, then you move on to the next things. And that's not how life works at all. As a matter of fact, I was speaking with somebody the other day, and they were talking about different things, and we were talking about life. And you don't just get the things and then it stops, right? We're ever evolving. We always want something new or different. And that doesn't mean what we wanted in the past is wrong or bad. It doesn't mean that we made a mistake. It just means that we evolve and we experience things that we didn't know before. And now we want to have those things in our lives, and that's okay. But the problem with the isolation factor is that we get so bogged down by what mindset and manifestation work has to be that we just, whatever, that's too much. I'm not going to do it. And then our lives stay the same, and we're not miserable, but maybe we're not happy, and we still have wants, and then that would be nice. Instead of thinking about it like that, about how we've been trained, that all of these areas are separate. And let's think about it. It's probably because of how society and the workforce really brought us up, especially if you're my age, that, you check your personal life at the door when you go to work. We've been conditioned that different parts of our lives should be completely separate. And it doesn't have to be that way. And it really isn't that way. Every part of our life is interconnected. Let's go with this whole societal check your personal whatever at the door, because, you leave your personal life there, you come here to work kind of thing. How I'm feeling, or if things are going on with me personally, it's going to directly affect me at work. You can't compartmentalize like that. That's not how we are. That's not how we were designed to be. We're whole humans. And so I want you to understand that you're a whole ass human, and every area of your life touches another area of your life. And that is actually good news when you're trying to manifest. Because if I'm manifesting in one area of my life, it's going to spill into all of the other areas. And that means I don't have to do as much. I want you to pause and think about it. You don't have to do as much. If you simply want to focus on manifesting money, your relationships are going to get better. Your self-care is going to get better. Things are going to get better in other areas of your life if you're manifesting more money. And I say money because, you know what, everybody's freaking out about money right now. Oh my gosh, the economy and this, that, and the other thing. Shannon, we can't deny that reality. It's not great. The outlook's not good. Gas prices are so high. And I'm not going to sit here and discount that. So then don't work on money if that's how you're feeling. And this is the beauty of it, okay? This is the beauty of the areas of your life being interconnected. This is the beauty of belief work and only focusing on one area of your life or one desire at a time, sometimes 2 or 3. I mean, I do 2 or 3 at a time, but I don't bog myself down trying to do career and personal and money and relation. I don't do that. And I don't recommend anybody who works with me does that. You think, oh, I have to get all of these together to then have this overall really good feeling about my life. And you don't. So let's say right now you're super stressed about the economy and manifesting money just does not seem to be a thing that you can even wrap your brain around because of whatever beliefs are going on. But then don't. Work with something that's easy for you to build a belief around, and it's automatically going to go into the other areas of your life. So if right now building community and relationships and just giving into that is going to be something easy to believe in, I can build relationships, I can have tight friendships, I can have places where I feel safe, secure, and free to be me. If that's easier to work on than manifesting $1 million because all you keep thinking about is the gas prices, then just work on that. How would that then translate to money for you in this economy? Well, if I'm building strong relationships, and I'm not saying this is the goal or the underlying ulterior motive, but it just so happens, like this has happened to me many a times where I was just doing things for me, for relationships, for community, and then somebody says, I need you to meet this person and get in touch with that person because I really think y'all would work good together. This person has a venue you can use for your events because I do in-person events and in-person things for women. And a connection was made, but that was definitely not the purpose. But then my money increased because I had a connection that I hadn't had prior because of relationships. So it spilled into my money. Or you can say money could do the same thing. Maybe you're stressed, you're short-tempered because you're stressed about money, but you really believe you can manifest that money. You are working on that. And then the money situation gets better and you're not so stressed out and your relationships are better because you're not snapping at everybody all the time because you're not stressed out. Like it's all interconnected. It all touches in some way. And so when we're going to work on our mindset and building beliefs, because remember, our beliefs are what determine what we experience on a day-to-day basis. So if we are working on our beliefs and we have all these different areas of our life, like I do want more community and relationship right now. I really am craving that human connection. I really do need an increase in finances. I would love that. I do want that job promotion that's out there. Maybe all these things are floating in your mind. Then the first thing that you need to do is determine which one of these things would be easier for you to build a belief around. And if once again, thinking about the economy, gas prices, grocery prices, and all that is stressing you out, then maybe that's not where you put your energy when you're doing belief work. Maybe that connection is where you're putting your energy. So you can kind of go through this little audit and say, what feels more reasonable to me right now, where I am right now? Okay, it's the relationships. And you never know where those relationships are going to land you. Once again, because a lot of times I think we think, oh, let's start with manifesting money because money does make everything better. Like we can really think about how money can translate to different areas of my life. It can help with my relationships. Now I'm buying gifts for the people I love and it feels so good. and I have more time because I have more money, so I can hire that person to cut my grass. And now I have more time to go hang out with my friends. So like, it's really easy, I think, to kind of pinpoint, because our society is based off money and financial transactions, how money can touch all of the areas of our lives. But I think a lot of times we don't think about the fact that every area of our life touches everything else regardless. So relationships, we never think, how does that touch other areas of my life? Once again, you build community. You never know who you're going to meet. You know that like 6 degrees of separation that people talk about? It's true and real. You're not that far away from somebody. And you never know, but you're building that community and your relationships feel better. You're not even thinking about it. And then that pops up. Or maybe, you're feeling better in your relationship with your spouse and things are so good and y'all are happier. And so you're going to work happier and not as miserable, and things are getting better there too. It doesn't feel like such a drag because you just feel better. When you're going to do this work, especially right now, I mean, I'm hearing from a lot of people right now, I'm not even thinking about mindset work. The world feels just way too heavy. And it feels way too selfish for me to be thinking about manifesting money and this, that, the other thing. We can have a whole conversation on why I don't think that's true. But what a lot of people right now are craving is community and relationship and connection, so that they're not feeling alone, or like they don't have to carry the weight of the world on their shoulders, so to speak. And a good way to do that is with your mindset and relationship building through mindset. Like, I believe I have the right circle of people around me. I believe that there are people around me who care and love me and who will support me. As women, we're the big, great supporters. And a lot of times we may feel like, I'm doing for so many others. I just want somebody to be there for me so I can vent, so I can go off or whatever. Somebody that just says it's going to be okay, or somebody who just sees me and knows I need a hug today, or whatever it is. So work on the belief that that is around you, that you can have that. And other things will start to fall in place. And that's really the whole point of the show today, is to let you know that you don't have to burden yourself by trying to manifest, change your mindset, or build belief around every little thing that's going on in your life, or every little quote unquote area of your life. Just pick one thing. And that's the beauty of the vision diary. And that's why I encourage people to use it outside of a vision board or even scripting. Because even with scripting, when you're writing in your journal and you're scripting in present or future tense, a lot of times we sit there and try and think about our entire lives at one time and what that's going to be like, my ideal day. And your ideal day encompasses all these areas of your life. Affirmations. Oh, if I say it for this, I have to say it for that. Now you have 25 affirmations you got to say a day, and none of them are sticking. So instead of putting all that pressure on yourself in your already busy life, just pick one thing and know that it's going to touch the other areas. The cool thing about it is, once you've manifested whatever that is, say you manifest something in relationships. Oh my gosh, now you have a connection and you've inadvertently networked for something. Like for me, okay, let's just take me for example. It was a friendship thing. It became a connection with somebody, and then I was able to do something business-wise with them, which not only helped my money, it helped my business, and my relationships were good. Now, if I go and I say, well, I want to, grow my business or scale it out to something and work on that now, I already have a head start. When you're working in one area, it's going to bleed into the other areas. And then when you're ready to start working on the money or the career or the whatever else it is, guess what? Now you already have a head start in that area when it comes to your belief work and mindset, because things have already started moving in that space. And then you take the burden off yourself of trying to fix your whole entire life, like there's something wrong with your whole entire life at one time. And there is not something wrong with your whole entire life, okay? And I'll just put this little in here before I close out today, but sitting there thinking like you have to manifest stuff for every part of your life can make you also feel like inadvertently that your entire life sucks, and it doesn't. So just focus on what would make you feel really good right now. Let it do what it does naturally that feeds into other areas of your life. Focus on that one thing and it's going to be fine. And then when you're ready to move on to the next thing, it's going to be even easier. So as we close out today, I want you to remember that the categories of life, the areas of your life, are not isolated. They are interconnected. You are a whole-ass human being, and you don't have to tackle everything at once. Just do the thing that you can belief around the fastest, that feels the easiest to focus on, and everything else is going to grow.
If you loved today's episode, be sure to subscribe, rate, and share it with your fellow warriors. Let's create a ripple effect of liberation. Until next time, stay fierce, stay fabulous, and as always, live life unapologetically.